guys always, HFP always gives the best welcomes, am I right?
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I have been waiting all year, literally, to meet you guys.
Hey.
Yeah, give it up for yourselves. So we've been waiting for Families Workshop at the time when, to let you enjoy your GPA experience, and then CARP will interrupt. Just kidding. At this point, right, we're starting to think about what's next. Is that like an uncomfortable silence? Like, oh no, I have to leave GPA? A little bit? Okay. All right. Well, as you mentioned, I've been with CARP over 4 years now. But before that, I was a CARP student at the University of Maryland. Yeah! And I didn't do GPA or STF at the time, but I did CARP. And I want to let you know, totally biased, but CARP is the best thing that you can do when you get off of GPA. Everybody go, oh.
Yes.
And CARP has been developing so much. And I also, of course, want to give credit to our True parents, especially True mothers. Since True Father Somewhat, she has been investing so much in you, right? All of the youth. And because of that, CARP also, the youth movement, has been skyrocketing and changing so quickly. So it's so exciting to be part of it. Aju? That being said, anybody, let's get this out of the way. Anybody have any reservations about CARP? Anybody in the back had reservations when they were in these?
I think it's people are not honest.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna like answer all of these concerns in this next hour. It's okay. Anyone? Go for it.
Oh, what am I
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and share. Well, it seems like super hardcore.
Oh my gosh, it's so hardcore. Like I was already on GP and that was hardcore, and I have to go back and continue. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I got it. Everyone else is gonna call me super hardcore when I come home. I'm not gonna fit in.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to focus on school. I really want to make a difference in the world. Really bring me back to True parents. I need to focus. Nobody? Yeah, somebody. I'm gonna miss my family. I really, I've been away for a while. Anybody feel that way? Money. Right. So all these things that come up, and I want to tell you that those are all valid concerns, and there is so much more in store. You guys ready? All right. So I want to start off with a few words about CARP from True Parents. So this is all in the Tongue Move Young, if you guys have read that, yes?
Yeah.
A few times, right? GPA standards. From now on, you must take great interest in college campuses and invest your efforts to enlighten and bring together college students who are wandering around without any idea where they ought to go. Just imagine your friends from high school. Did they know what they were doing? Did they want to save the world, give back, create a better environment?
No.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, right? So we can lead the way and lead them toward this kind of understanding. Also, True parents also said, and this is about you, so listen up. There need to appear those young people who think beyond their individual circumstances. When young people apply all of their burning passion to fulfill their own desires and make a successful career, that passion will conclude within the limits of their individual lives. So what does that tell us? Whatever you do, do it for God, do it for True parents. Aju?
Aju.
Even, CARP is not, maybe it used to be, where it is now, it's not a time to sacrifice your studies, right? Who here wants to be like an amazing scientist? Yeah, be proud, okay? Amazing writers, journalists. What else is out there? What do you guys? Musicians. Yeah. Principal musicians. Right? So, do you guys know that one of the things True Mother's been investing in is scholarships for students? So this is at a little bit of what she shared just a few months ago at the scholarship ceremony. This is a scholarship you can apply for. As CARP members, I can tell you, you get towards the top of the list, all right? Yeah. This is what Mother said. I spoke to scientists in our second generation, and I saw that they have grown beautifully. They are the hope of our future. I ask that you dream big so that the world God originally created, a healthy planet with a bright future for humankind, a world of freedom, equality, peace, and happiness, and a world of one human family centered in God can begin. I ask that you grow beautifully and healthily so that through your studies and your efforts, you will develop more brilliant ideas and become more brilliant than those scientists. And through your pure selves, become people who can give hope to this world today. You guys ready to do that?
Yes.
I said, are you guys ready to do that?
Yeah.
Of course, right? So through CARP, what we do is our mission is to inspire and empower students, you, to be global citizens. Your parents are global citizens, right? Who here is from an cultural marriage blessing? Right? Or like your parents are like, one's a man, one's a woman, right? Women from Venus and men from Mars, the thing. Sorry. Everybody here, who has traveled this year? Yeah. Okay. Right? How can we be global citizens? By studying, applying, and sharing principle. All right, so within CARP, we use the term unification principle because that includes the divine principle, True Parents Life Course, unification thought, all of the above. Right? And so all of that is included. And our vision, I want you guys to say this with me, all right? Like with passion and vigor, right? Ready? We're going to say the vision together. Students
Stand for a culture of heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does that mean, right? So we go in to discover that in CARP on campus, right? So we basically focus on principled education. We focus on influence and culture and make it sustainable so that we can continue doing this time and time again. On Foundation Day, Mother read this quote. Can someone read it for me? It's underlined.
Where do you stand? In which position do you stand?
Where do you stand? When you go to school, where will you stand? CARP stands for three main things. We stand for God. We stand for a world where God is at the center. Right? So when we study music, we study the heavenly ideal of music. When we study science, this is the vision that God had for science. Second area is true parents, right? True parents' ideal, true parents' vision. There are so many incredible projects that they have worked on, right? So this vision, this ideal, this is what we stand for. And finally, we stand for true love. You guys did a great job with the dance. So some of the areas that we focus on is in sharing the principle. We share these in chapters. So this is basically community. What would your GPA experience be like if you didn't have the people sitting next to you? I know, right? I know, it's a little sad right there. It would be very, very different, right? Still, your faith is your own, but we need a network, we need a community, and that's what chapters provide. And we're so excited because we're going to hear from two different chapters what they've been able to create in that community. The second thing I'm really excited about is that who here lives like in the middle of nowhere? Yeah. Be proud. It's okay. That's all right. Even if you're not connected to one of these big chapters or established chapter, if you're the only person at your school, how can you still stand for God and your parents? Do you guys want to know? Yeah. Okay, join me. All right. But these are the kind of resources we can provide, right? I'm finishing my master's in 3 weeks. And my master's project is I'm creating a program within CARP where students can apply unification principle in their papers. Very much inspired by Aunt Christine Froelich, what she was able to do. Everybody heard her testimony, how she did well, you would hear more. But basically, no matter where you are, you can, even I'm doing it, anybody, like, all the parents know, like, Professor Noda and Gordon Anderson, they're in my papers. It's kind of cool. And then my professors are asking me questions, my peers are asking me questions, and I can, confidently share about it and the benefits, and it's really exciting. So in these little ways, we can stand for principle. Everybody say, wow! Wow! That's so cool. The second, another area, we want to bring incredible people to speak to you and your friends, right? So in a lot of our communities, we have these well-respected, talented, a lot of these first-gen members who are extremely successful in their fields, right? And so inviting them to see how did they get to that place, right? Also, just sharing stories. In just a few minutes, you're going to hear just a few stories of people who are sitting in your shoes just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago, right? And the more we share with each other, the more power we have, the more, I can do that. Yeah, okay. Doesn't seem so hard, right? So we need to support each other, Aju. As a youth movement, right? We need to encourage each other and support each other. So, did anybody know what some of the top priorities are in the movement right now? It's not on the screen. There are 3 areas that Mother's been focusing on. Witnessing. That's witnessing.
Environment.
Create an environment for witnessing and youth. Yes, good job. So within those things, I always like to say CARP is all of them, right? So it's always, anybody, when you hear tribal messiahship, what do you guys think? That's what I thought. A lot of young people, it's okay, those people do tribal messiahship because you can do the blessing, but who am I as a 20-year-old going to give the blessing to? Everybody is I feel like CARP is our entry as young people to step into these shoes of what it means to be a tribal messiah, fulfill the role that Mother is asking for us right now, don't you? Right? So through CARP, you're expanding your network. You're standing for culture, and you're finding people who also resonate with that, right? So you're creating this foundation on campus. People know about your parents. Pretty cool. Anybody excited to be part of youth ministry, young adult ministry?
Yeah.
So, in line with creating a witnessing environment, but also witnessing, True Parents created these unique, separate organizations because I really feel like through CARP, we can bring people into the movement. Does that make sense? And so, yes, we are all young adults, young unificationists, right? And we have a power to change people's lives. Do you guys ever feel that? Think about that? Believe that of yourselves? Yeah, sometimes I'm really inspired. We can do it. You can do it. Some of the programs that we have going on, every summer we have a Momentum Leadership Retreat, and we're really excited this summer. I'll come back to it. Our CARP trip to Japan and Korea. Also looking at different areas, what is the principal perspective on education? Sorry, give me some water. I think my red thing back. And there's a lot of support. So if you do CARP, right, there's a whole network and there are resources. How can you do it? Great. Yes, please. Sorry, guys. Everybody has to drink water because we're super high up, right? Elevation.
Yes.
All right. Anyone curious what happens at CARP?
Yes.
Anybody visited CARP Center this year?
Yeah.
From 1 to 10, was it an 11?
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? All right. So for those of you who didn't have that chance, just to summarize some of the things that our chapters do. Every chapter is some kind of discussion, right? Some kind of principal topic. What is, digging into what that means. And so they have different kind of names for what those are. Another thing that chapters do is they do these kind of seminars where they invite people to speak, right? To share about some kind of principled perspective, right? So bringing in different people. Of course, they do social activities with each other, serving the campus, managing campus relationships, and then many times they go deeper. So from there, when people are ready, they can do one-on-one sharing, studying, small groups, and workshops. These are all of our chapters. As of now, we have 15.
Hey!
You see anyone there?
Yeah, North Lake! Let's go North Lake College!
Alright, so I'm going to go through them. So Subregion 1, University of Bridgeport. For the sake of time, you can see them, but I'm not going to go through all of the cool activities that they're doing, okay? Also at Cornell, our Ivy League chapter. Okay. NGIT.
Okay.
We have at Grand Rapids Community College in Michigan.
Let's go, Michigan.
And I want to share a little bit about this chapter. They've been doing a lot. Okay. You guys see this guy right here? His name is Joshua. He's 23 years old.
Yeah, Joshua.
So he's in this picture because he's at an award ceremony for the school. He was nominated. Okay, so they just did CARP for 1 year, right? He was nominated for the MLK Service Award for his entire school. He was like, right, just nominated, but still, right, representing Ganja parents.
Yeah.
Also, his chapter was